did, in fact, request a waiver. I did that on my own, and I did that because I have been in discussion with HUD for several weeks, if not months, and I had observed some things that I thought that happened that shouldn't be happening, and I didn't get the right answers from my staff, and I contacted HUD, and it has evolved into a federal crime investigation, and I really can't comment on it.
The date is on here, fall of 2013, letting it be known I completed my 5 classes within the 18-month time that HUD required, okay? So why was there a witch hunt to find out if I completed my courses? Mary Dougherty and I went to classes together, okay? Did anyone search her records? Okay? Mary Dougherty went back before your council board and asked to be reappointed to this board. Not blaming the council for it, but I blame her. So why is it fair that you searched my records, but you didn't pull up Mary to let her know that she had not completed her course? We are not in compliance with HUD at all because she did not complete her classes in the 18 months. No, it's not a lie. Joe Manfredi, please pull them up. Pull up the record.
Commissioner Holman?
No, I'm not. No. You're not going to stop me. You're not going to stop me. You're not going to stop me. You're not going, and you're not going to stop me either. Because this is facts. Y'all want to dig up records? Dig up records and show what the hell y'all did that was wrong.
That's right.
This is all I'm asking. I'm letting you residents know why they won't let one of y'all come on this board. Mary did not complete her courses until she was reappointed. The lawyer can tell you. I know she didn't because I rode with her. So the importance of this board, to me, is a joke. It's a joke. It really is. Why are we going to allow them to continue to just overrule, just keep stalling for time to keep a resident off the board when they know that a resident should be on the board? But I'd like to know what the witch hunt was for them to search my records. You didn't search Mary's. So how do we go?
So you know they went by the whole thing the wrong way. Roy Rogers cannot and will not be able to pick who's going to be over him. Okay, so we're writing a letter to HUD and writing a letter to the town council. Tell Mike Cherello his time expires September the 5th. You the one told me this, that it's time for him to step down. Thank you.
And your residents need to ask for Mary Dougherty to resign from your board because she did not comply. She's not in compliance with HUD. Ask for her resignation.
The reason why I want to have this resolution passed is I went back and calculated how much we spent just for 2015, and 2 points I want to make. For every dollar we can save on conferences, it's another dollar we can spend on the residents. That's a fact. Doesn't make any difference how much is budgeted.
You're saying you can spend dollars on the residents. That's not true, because every since you particularly has been here, Roy, everything that the residents were paying has increased. Has increased. Lockout has increased.
And another reason why I wanted to have this passed is
Because you don't want us to travel.
Again, I went
because
back.
you don't want us to travel. You don't want, you look like, point blank, what it boils down to, the blacks are going, they're the only ones that are taking advantage of this. So let's stop them.
all right.
How much money was it?
That's it.
How much, did somebody ask how much money?
Yeah, tell them how much money, tell them how much you allotted.
$11,000 per commissioner for 3 commissioners in the last 9 months.
So how much, and how much?
$11,000, $33,000 total.
A lot of money.
3 years I could pay for the air conditioning. No, a year and a half I could pay for the air conditioning.
You put a limit on, did you put a limit on the training for your son or your grandchild to go to school? Did you? Did any of you put a limit on how much you spend for training, or you have set aside for your child to go and get educated.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't send my kid to San Francisco to go to school.
It don't matter where you would send your kid to. I didn't ask you that. I asked
Mine
you.
went to Bakersfield, California.
I asked you how much would you set, you set aside for you, would you put a limit to where they go, how they get their training?
No one's limiting anything. You can get all the training you want in New Jersey.
Evidently not.
Well, no, the resolution only talks about out-of-state travel. That's all.
And there is
That's
more,
perfectly
there is
reasonable.
more to getting training just here in New York.
And I think it's, you're seeing a trend here. You know, Mr. Rogers is catching a lot of things. And, this board recalls, when we didn't have an executive director for what, 2 years? 3 years? And I would say to the interim executive director, and you can check the transcripts, I would turn to her and say, are you fine with your duties? Is everything okay? You're covering everything? And she would always say, fine. So, because I was banging the drum. We need an executive director. We need an executive. I said it. You can check the transcripts at every meeting almost. So I'm just saying, rather than try and point fingers at Roy, who just got here 6 months ago, I think we look back at that period, and maybe that's a cause of some problems. Although
I never heard anything from this board that Mr. Harrison is still employed by Mr. Rogers is still employed by Harrison, because our agreement was that he was going to be there for a little while. We gave him time to resign. He gave us a date when he was going to resign, and then he was coming over fully to the Morristown Housing Authority. So when did this change? And we said when we voted that we wanted somebody that was over one authority.
A full.
Now, a full-time person, so when did this change? I wasn't aware of the change.
I don't know if it did, but I know this.
You was too.
If he's not here full-time, I don't know who is.
We know he's not.
He is here more than 8 hours a day, every day.
No, he's
So
not.
I don't know
No,
how-
he's not. No, he's
Don't say
not.
that.
No, he's not.
Don't tell that.
No, he's not. That's a lie.
That's not true.
No, he's not.
That's not true.
And I'm sure there's plenty of residents out there that can verify you've called here for Mr. Rogers and he was not available.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Thank you.
He don't be here full time.
No, he don't.
But the question is he still at Harrison as a director? Because that wasn't supposed to be the deal here.
You know what?
Give it, you just saw him on the
I
website.
think this is
that
a
he
personnel
was-
matter, and we should discuss
Oh,
it.
okay. All right, then we'll discuss it in closed session.
When we were in the process of hiring Mr. Rogers, the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs, 3 separate occasions, requested all the certifications of all the commissioners on the board. And we sent, on 3 separate occasions, all the certifications of all the commissioners on the board were all in compliance.
But even if it's just, I don't know.
Michelle,
Your year is.
let me just interrupt that for 1 minute. You're implying that all of the commissioners were in compliance in completing their 5 courses within the 18 months? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying we had it certified through the Department of Community Affairs on 3 different occasions when we were in the process of hiring Mr. Rogers, that every commissioner was certified.
You have to have that title, the resident commissioner. I was appointed as a commissioner. I became a resident, but that did not make us compliant because I was not appointed as the resident commissioner. So the board, in essence, even though they found a loophole, was not in compliance because we did not, and I tell you, it goes back a couple elections, and it is not the council's fault. But it should have been told to the council that the resident commissioner has had to step down for whatever reason, and now the next commissioner coming on should be appointed as the resident commissioner. That did not happen.
when did you come to this knowledge? When did you learn that?
I learned this when I talked to her, because it was all of this stuff going around
No,
about
no,
her.
how long ago? How long ago did you realize?
I just realized it. I didn't know it at first.
You did?
I did not know it at first. No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not know it at first. Just like you didn't know it. I didn't know it either.
And not
I
to-
just, in the last couple of weeks, when all of this controversy came up and all of this witch hunt, that's when I called her and I found out what really happened here. I asked a question.
and
I had nothing to do
And
with whoever
I'm
said.
only asking you because you remember we had this whole issue already.
I remember.
Yeah, and then he said-
And somebody said, and I think it was Joe who said, as long as there is a person that is a resident, whether it's Section 8 or not, then we are in compliance. I remember that. But when I went to HUD for the interpretation, they said, no, you have to be voted in by the council or by the mayor or by the governor. We have had a governor give a resident appointment in the past. We have had the mayor give a resident appointment in the past. But they were voted in on record as the resident commissioner. That did not happen with me.
We still
Bottom
want
line.
resident commissioners.